What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the garden. Well, kind of, sort of, right? We're not in the garden at the house. We are on the land today. We're out here on the land, and we've just been putting in some work. So, we've just been putting in some work out here at the land, establishing the garden out here first, right? So, one of the first things we're doing out here on the land is going to be establishing the garden. We're going to be building the garden because it's the lowest hanging fruit, right? We're doing everything on a budget. We're bootstrapping this whole thing out of pocket for as much as we can, right? So that means any projects that we're trying to build, anything that we're doing. I hope y'all can hear me because this wind is it's not heavy, but it's heavy enough. But anything that we're trying to build, any projects we got going on is coming straight out of pocket, right? We're trying not to finance anything. Every now and again, I got to look back to get my bearing so I can make sure I'm walking in the right direction for the trees. So what we've been doing out here on the land is exactly what we told you guys that we would do if we were starting over, right? In which, in essence, we are starting over because we're having to build a garden out here, right? So we're starting with the trees and the shrubs. But one of the things that, well, we're starting with the trees and the shrubs, but we are also, oh, I'm like, where am I? Where am I? How you get lost in an open field? No, I'm not lost. It's just everything is so far in the back that you can't really see it until you get up on it. Oh, here I am. Here we are. But we're going to apply a lot of permaculture principles, which is another thing that we said we would do in the same video if we were starting over. We would try to use ancient gardening techniques or some permaculture principles, stuff like that, right? So that's essentially what we're doing. So let me show you what we have got what we got done today and what we've gotten done thus far. All right, so let's check it out. Check it out. So far, what we've done is let me see if we can swing around this way so you can see it better. Is we have started with the trees, right? So because we said that's what we start with first, trees and shrubs, because they take the longest. Trees take the longest to actually become productive. So we put them in early to give them some time to do that, right? So we have a nectarine tree that we had at the house, and we planted this beautiful darling right here. We planted this like I want to say 3 or 4 weeks ago. Yeah, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we've been coming out to the land, coming out here we try to come out every week to check on things, to make sure things are watered, to make sure things are, everything is on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? So, she is looking fantabulous, right? She's looking really good. Lots of blooms. Got more blooms than she has leaves, but hopefully that doesn't affect it too much. But I got a funny feeling it will, because honestly, we planted all these trees that I'm about to show you. We planted, and then we came back a week later, and they were full of growth, full of leaves and everything. We were like, man, like they were blooming, and we were like, just like, you know what, that's probably not a good thing that they're blooming, but you know, we'll take what we can get. So we got that peach there. This is a fig that Keisha grew from bare root, doing great. It's doing excellent. Not lots of leaves and everything. This is a pomegranate. I don't know what this thing is. Where this thing came from. I don't know if we bought it like this. I don't know if I have no idea. But she's looking good too, right? She's looking amazing, right? They're putting on their Sunday's best, right? They're looking good. Lots of new growth, lots of leaves. Over here we have, now this is our oldest fig tree. We've had this thing for about 4 years. It never got bigger than this. Never put out fruit. We had it in a container in the garden. But now, ever since we put it in the ground, she's doing way better now than she ever did in that planter, right? This is she has more leaves now than she's ever had in the 4 years. So that's definitely a good sign. I don't remember what kind of fig it is. It's been so long and we lost the label, but you know, she's looking good. Back here we have a peach. I think this is Florida King or something like that. Got this from Tractor Supply. Yeah, Florida King. She's not doing so well. She had leaves on her. I planted her. Yeah, she's not doing so well, and I think that could be she just dried out too soon, and she's been out here for about 2 weeks with no water, and she's just a baby, so she probably couldn't take it. I don't know, but we're gonna keep our eye on her to see how she does and see, you know, if she shows any signs of life. I did do the scratch test. It's not brown, but it ain't green. So we're gonna just take that, you know, take that for what it's worth and just keep our eye on her and see what happens. Over here is our almond tree that we've had for about 2 years, 3 years. I did not know if she was gonna make it. Last year she looked like she was struggling a lot. But now, you know, she looks pretty good. She's not in the ground yet. I did not put her in the ground yet because, uh, well, initially I was like, you know what? Um, we brought her out here. I ran out of something, so I didn't plant her. And then I came back and she was blooming, right? She was awake. She wasn't dormant anymore. So I was like, man, I don't know if I want to throw her in the ground while she's awake, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You know, I wanted to throw every tree that we have in the ground while they were dormant, and I did that for everything except for this one. This is the only one this one and the peach. They were the only two that weren't dormant when they went in the ground. But she still she still looks good. You know, we came out, we watered every tree today because we hadn't been out here in like 2 weeks, but everything looks good with the exception of the peach over there, the Florida King. Even this one was looking really good. It did need some water because the leaves have perked up since we've watered her. But yeah, so now the idea we're gonna have to come back next week. Like we're coming back like on Tuesday, and we'll give everything another run of water then as well. All right. So now, like I said, we're gonna apply some permaculture principles, but we didn't know how to apply those principles until we had already planted these trees. All right. So, and keep in mind, we're not doing like the permaculture principles to the T, like you would see somebody do them on their channel, right? We still we're not taking a class. We're not paying anyone for instructions. We watched a couple of videos. Got a, I know that sounds like real lazy, but we watched a couple of really good videos. I think that were really good videos that told you how to build what's called a guild, right? A perma, permaculture guild, right? So we watched some videos on that, and the guy made it really clear as to what needs to be done to build the guild. So just to give you a quick overview without going into detail, because I really can't, because there's so much I feel like there's so much I don't know. But on the same token, I'm like, it's not rocket science. You know, it's just one way of doing things, right? I guess you could say. But so the idea is that you have a central tree, like a fruit tree, right? And you're gonna take that fruit tree and you're gonna plant like nitrogen fixing trees or pioneer trees around that fruit tree at a certain distance. You know, you're going to put a certain number of pioneer trees around that tree. And then for a certain distance from those pioneer trees, you're going to plant some more fruit trees. And then a certain distance from those fruit trees, you're going to plant like your shrubs and your vines and stuff like that. And then you can keep expanding that and going out further and further out. And you can have, according to his video, you can do root crops, and then beyond the root crops, you can have something else. So that's basically that principle in a nutshell. So and like I said, we had already had these trees in place. So now what we're going to do is, because they're already there, we're going to just start from where we are and start building a guild as we work our way out. Okay. So any new trees that we get, we're going to basically do the guild from there, right? And the only difference between what we're doing now and what we're going to do in the future is space, right? Right now we have our trees at about 8 to 10 feet apart. When we when we plant the next tree, like when we plant this almond tree, we're going to actually start the guild, right? We're going to build the guild around that almond tree, right? But this is what we came out and we did today. Aside from watering, we also did this. Keisha went ahead and planted a raspberry cane, right? Um, and this raspberry there's the peach tree. I mean the nectarine tree, right there. I'm showing I'm showing y'all the other plant, the native plant, but the nectarine tree is right there, and it has, I don't know, 10 or so feet, 10, 15 feet from that is the raspberry cane that Keisha just planted. And I know it's been watered in really well, and those rocks and that paper is up there just to act as a temporary mulch, just to to keep everything from drying out too fast, right? Matter of fact, this is a bag of topsoil. I'm gonna throw that right there too, just to keep everything from drying out too fast until I can get back here and mulch it, right? We do have mulch up here, but I'm just too lazy to go get it right now. I'm being lazy because I have to walk all the way there to get the mulch and bring it back. And I've already walked there and back with about 15 gallons of water, right? And I don't want to have to do that again, right? But yeah, so that's what we're up to, y'all. That's what we've been up to. Yes, we are still growing at the house and everything, but we just wanted to come out here and get things started out here because at some point we are going to move out here. And by the time we come here, we want the trees to already be established. We want to already be getting fruit from them and all that good stuff. So that's the idea behind what we got going on right now with building the permaculture field. And like I said, that video, if you are interested in actually doing permaculture and building a guild, I will link that. As a matter of fact, if I can put it on the screen, I'll put it on the screen. If I can't, I'll put it in the description below of the guy's video. Like I said, like out of all the videos I've seen, he makes it abundantly clear as to how to build a permaculture guild. Like I'm not gonna say that he's not withholding information because everybody try to bait you in to sell a course or something or sell a book or something like that. But he made it so beginner friendly. Like I was like, I got it. We understand it. Both me and Keisha watched it and we were like, we got it. We understand it. Let's go forward with the information we have. Any more like he is? I think he does have a book. I'll buy his book. I'll buy his book because he gave so much valuable information. He gave so many gems. I'm like, ain't no telling what else what else he has could potentially have in his book, right? But so we did that today, and I'm gonna show you the last thing that we did for today. Okay, so the same time that we planted the trees, Keisha planted these onions in here, but we didn't put them in any. She just dug down and put them in this native soil, right? See how things are going to do. See how things do in the native soil, right? So they should be a lot further along than what they are, in my opinion. But we're going to see what happens, right? That one looks pretty good over there. We're going to see what happens, right? So she did plant these as well, when we planted the trees, and then today I had some strawberries in the car that was supposed to go in the house, and since they were in the car. We just took advantage of the time and just put them in here, right? So we got them in here with some topsoil. I dug down, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 inches, dug down, filled it with topsoil, then layered some manure, topped it off with some more topsoil, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens, right? I'm expecting them to do really well out here. So, yeah, that's what we've been up to. So like I said, yes, we are going to be So like I said, y'all, we are gonna still be growing at the house. None of that's gonna change. No, at least not right now. We are still growing at the house, so you still will be seeing videos coming out from the house in terms of what we're growing every season. It's just that now we're growing out there and we're growing out here, so that's gonna be like, yeah, that's gonna be really time consuming, you guys, because this is an hour and a half drive from there to here. So 3 hour round trip drive. We come out here once a week, so everything that we set up out here, we have to set it up to be self-sufficient. That's why we're doing permaculture, because we want this, as far as the trees are concerned, it's because we want that stuff to take care of itself. We don't want to have to continuously water and fertilize. And like when you establish your permaculture uh, guilds or whatever they're called, the idea is that nature just does what nature does, and they take care of themselves, and everything's all good, right? Now we know we can't do that with everything, but we're gonna definitely do that with those and with the trees. Okay, but yeah. So like I said, now we're here and we're there. We still have our pallets that we're gonna build our pallet fence with. Don't know if that's gonna still happen, but those pallets are gonna go to use for something. All right. And we got a free Connex. And working on our second free Connex. We just got to get it delivered out here. So yeah, guys, that's what we've been up to. More videos to come out here. If you want to continue to follow us on this journey, just stay right here. Just stay right here on this channel. All the gardening stuff related, even the stuff coming from here, from the land, is going to go on this channel, on His and Herbs. But the off-grid channel is going to be, you'll see the development of the garden, but it's not going to be, it's going to just kind of sort of show you what we're doing, and you'll get to see the garden being built. But in terms of details of how we're going to do it, that's going to be right here. So keep it locked right here. If you found it interesting, if you found it entertaining in any way, you guys know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit the comment section. Let us know what you plan on doing in your garden this year. You want to know what's going on in you guys' lives. What's going on in your gardens this year? Are you growing anything new that you're excited about? Let us know. All right. So with that being said, y'all know what to do. Here's another video for you guys to watch to follow us on our garden journey. See you in the next one. We out.